What is going on, everyone? Psych Perspectives Geo Fucks here. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and I'm at the laundromat. I'm, folding clothes, right? So, fold your clothes, right? But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video, I just got done moving furniture with a good friend of mine. We've known each other for 10 plus years. We went to college, undergrad, and grad school together. So we got a little over a decade of friendship, and he's a really good person, a really good friend, and we talk about a lot of things. And we relate on a lot of things when it comes to social justice, freedom, rights, working class, working poor, classism, capitalism, the way this government is set up and ran. We talk about these things, and again, our Masters of Arts degrees are in social sciences, so this is what we talk about on a consistent basis. But anyways, what I wanted to talk about in this video is just to talk about how, it's a hamster wheel. A lot of us, work. Like, I didn't get off work until 8 p.m. today, or yesterday, Monday. He works 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the university library. Has a full-time job. He's a full-time job, and he's worked in the library, since 2009, 2010 at the university. He worked there as a student. He worked there after he graduated, while he was, an undergrad, after he graduated, grad school, he's working there still. And you would think after over 10 years of being an employee and working at the university library, you would think he would be rolling in the dough, making at least, if he's not making a lot of money, should be making a decent quality salary, right? But that's not the case. He makes $35,000 a year gross annual income. I make $40,000 a year gross annual income. Now, both of us have been working about the same amount of time. He's 2 years older than me, so he's got probably a few more years ahead of me of work experience, because he started working as a teenager, a preteen teenager. I started working at 16 in 2009. Okay? So, and I just stated, we both have our Masters of Arts in Social Sciences. We both have our bachelor's. I believe his is a Bachelor's of Arts in History and Politics, and then mine's is a Bachelor's of Arts in Sociology with a minor in Substance Abuse Treatment. But we both have our Masters of Social Sciences: U.S. History, Politics, Gender, Sexuality Studies, things of that nature. Okay, sociology, political science, criminal justice, economics, social sciences. That's what we went to school for, right? That's what we wrote our thesis and did research and did presentations and studies and everything else. That's what we did. Again, you would think we would be making more money than what we're making with our education, with our degrees, with our certifications, with our years of direct work experience. None of that matters. And then it really got me thinking, it really is coming down to people are going to have to start making some very tough decisions. A lot of people have already been making tough decisions, sacrifices, and a lot of us just need to face reality. You're going to have to change your career, right? You're not going to be able to stay in the same damn career fields that aren't paying you anything. And it's just a revolving door leading to nowhere. A lot of us have wasted years in specific fields. Speaking on a personal level, I have been doing nonprofit, government, civic engagement, outreach, community outreach type jobs, educational type jobs, public sector, type jobs for 10 plus years. Okay, 2013 definitely marked. So 2023, from 2013 to now, that's 10 years of this type of work. And I'm here to say, after being in here for a decade, I can no longer continue to be in my field. Because if I continue to stay here, I'm going to always be in the poorhouse. It is what it is. I'm going to continue to live check to check, barely make ends meet, and struggle. So I have to make a conscious decision to switch careers completely if I ever want to make a decent living. It sucks because, you spend a decade, you spend 10 years in a field, and you would think, hard work pays off. And that's the biggest crock of shit. Hard work does not pay off at all. There's a lot of people who work their butts off, work their entire lives, and they have nothing to show for it because of the way capitalism is set up. Okay? So, miss me on the work hard BS. No, you need to work smart, not hard. Big difference. So being smart is recognizing that, hey, doing the same thing over and over expecting change is the definition of insanity. So with that being said, there's no point in me staying in this field to continue to live check to check, to continue making the same videos, talking about the same topics over and over and over again. I mean, granted, I'm probably still going to make videos, but I don't want to be living the same reality over and over again when I can make a decision to pivot into a better job field, better career field. And with the cost of living, with inflation, with price gouging, people can't do it, man. Like, again, a month ago, I had to get a car. I had to get a newer car. Okay, because my car, my 2009 Chevy Malibu died Labor Day weekend, 2022. And then at the end of January 2023, the 2007 Pontiac G5 motor went out. So both of my vehicles are going to cost me anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000, maybe $9,000 to fix. So at that point, that's a down payment and then some on a brand new car or a newer car. So I made the decision, even though I didn't want to, because at the end of the day, it's breaking me. Because again, $566 between the car payment and the full coverage insurance to drive a car. We're basically paying what used to be considered rent to drive a car these days. Used to be considered rent. Used to be a time $566 was a monthly rent. Now people are paying well over $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a month to rent somewhere on top of paying $566 to drive a car. So for me, I had a $5, I've noticed there's been a $5 increase in my bi-weekly paycheck. So I went from getting $1,193 every 2 weeks to $1,198 every 2 weeks. So I noticed a $5 increase. However, when you got to pay $566, and that's just for one bill, okay, that's the car payment and the insurance. My actual car payment is $441 a month. My insurance is $125 a month. Okay, there's some change in both, ones, but to make it easier, there you go. It's $566 in total, though. So when you look at it from that standpoint, I am losing damn near half a check for one bill. I still got to pay utilities, heating, air conditioned, gas, electric, water. You know, I'm in the Midwest, and last month my utility bill was $340. This month it is $280. So it did go down by $60, thankfully. But again, a lot of us are living check to check. A lot of us don't have any wiggle room. We don't have extra money set aside to pay for an emergency. We don't have money to set aside to put into a savings or to invest to make more money. We don't have money to rob Peter to pay Paul. We don't have money. A lot of us have already been making sacrifices, and a lot more of us are going to begin making sacrifices. Okay, because again, people have to figure out, are they going to pay rent, or are they going to pay their car note? Are they going to pay their car note, or are they going to get groceries? Are they going to get groceries, or are they going to get their prescription medication? You know, are they going to get their prescription medication, or are they going to have lights on? Or they have gas in their car to get to and from work? Or to pay for their transportation, whether they're taking an Uber, a bus, a taxi, a subway, what have you. So people are making sacrifices and have been making sacrifices for quite some time. And my thing is, something has got to give. Somewhere down the line, these jobs, corporations, employers, organizations, nonprofits, institutions, these jobs need to be held accountable for paying their employees living wages. I don't really understand how a job can require their employees to have reliable transportation while refusing to pay people enough in the first place to get reliable transportation. You can't even get your cars fixed on these wages, okay? Let's just keep it real. You know, it's ridiculous. Another thing is, you got these jobs that want to require you to be business professional, business casual, but they don't pay you like a business professional. You want people to be white collar, but you're not paying like it's a white collar job. You know, we're not getting paid anything. On top of the fact that a lot of us are already in debt because we wasted years of our lives that we can't get back by going to these colleges and universities, obtaining degrees that are useless economically, financially, in the job market. Now, is the knowledge, is the information important? Yes. Knowledge is power. But is it worth going into massive student loan debt to work somewhere that doesn't even pay you $20 an hour after taxes and deductions? Hell no. It's not worth it. If I could go back, and I say this all the time, if I could go back 13 years ago, I would have took my ass to the Air Force like I wanted to. Or I would have stopped going to college after I got my associates. I would have never went to get a bachelor's, and I damn sure wouldn't have went to get a master's. Because that, my friend, is why a lot of us are in a bunch of debt. A lot of us have all of these degrees, all of these certifications, years of experience, a combination, and it did not pay off at all. Like, seriously, it's just like a big slap in the face. A lot of us would have been better off going into the military and or starting our own business or going directly into the work field. It made no sense for us to waste years pursuing these degrees, in my opinion. A lot of us really got the shit end of the stick. And that's the only way I can really describe it, is we got the shit end of the stick. Because when I tell you, in this day and age, unless you're going for something that's technical, like my friend was saying earlier tonight, unless you went for to be a nurse, a phlebotomist, a nurse practitioner, a respiratory therapist, computer science, technology, engineering, math, healthcare. Unless you did something around that, those are the only degrees and certifications that have any real value financially, economically, job-wise. Again, I know people who have their bachelor's of science in nursing who work as registered nurses who make what I make a month and a week. And I have a master's degree, which is more than a bachelor's degree. But again, our field, the field that I'm in, is not seen as being worthy or lucrative or have any value financially, economically, job-wise. So, which is another reason why I don't recommend going to college for the vast majority of the programs that are offered. Because again, what's the point of wasting years of your life that you can't get back and going into all of this debt to live check to check? That is not a good return on investment.